Okay, you're going to be taking some notes in your science notebook. Yesterday we talked about balanced and unbalanced forces. Now you're going to learn how to calculate these forces so that you can figure out if they are balanced or not. So title this section Net Force Notes. Okay, so when the net force applied to an object adds up to 0, the forces are considered balanced. When the forces are acting in opposite directions, you subtract. So write everything that's on this slide down in your science notebook. Now I'm going to give you some examples of the forces when they are opposite directions and you subtract. Here you have two men pulling in opposite directions. The man with the blue shirt is pulling 100 newtons to the left. The man in the yellow shirt is pulling 100 newtons to the right. The forces are opposite, so you subtract. Your net force here would be 0 newtons. When it is 0, it is balanced. Here I have a force pushing this box to the left, 60 newtons of force, to the right, 60 newtons of force. These forces are also in an opposite direction. So pushing towards each other, pulling apart, that is still opposite directions. So when the forces are opposite, you're going to subtract. So 60 minus 60 is what? 0 newtons. This force is considered balanced. Okay, so here you have the force of the skateboarder, 100 newtons to the left, and that is the air resistance, and 100 newtons to the right, that's the skater's push. Those forces are opposite directions, and so you subtract. 100 minus 100 is 0, so it is balanced. Okay, let's go to another one. Okay, so here we have an example of a tug of war. Here we have the group that is pulling to the left, pulling 320 newtons, and the group pulling to the right is 300 newtons. Those are opposite, so what do? You subtract. When you subtract, you get 20 newtons of force to the left. So the group on the left is winning. So this would be considered unbalanced. So write what is written at the top. When the net force applied to an object does not add up to 0, the forces are unbalanced. Write that down in your notebook. Going to the next slide. Here I have 20 newtons being pushed to the right. I have 60 newtons being pushed to the left. Those are opposite, so you subtract. When you subtract, then you get 40 newtons. So this box is moving to the left at the force of 40 newtons. That is unbalanced. Here we have the skateboarder again. Now we have pushing against the ground is 120 newtons going to the right. The air resistance is going to the left at 100 newtons. These are in opposite directions, so you subtract. So you have a force of 20 newtons moving to the right. So when the net forces are applied to an object and adds up to the value, the forces are balanced. When the forces are acting in the same direction, now you're going to add. Write all of those things down on that slide. Okay, so they're going in the same direction. You're going to add. I have 15 newtons pushing. I have 5 newtons pulling, so it is moving to the right at a force of 20 newtons. These are moving in the same direction. I have 2 pulling forces of 10 newtons each. So this object is moving to the right at the force of 20 newtons.